Morning everyone, welcome back to BYT. Today I got a little help from a friend of mine. I was using that there to heat up that, and I was able to get it back where it is more manageable. So I propped up that on that underneath that area, stuck this piece in the end, put this bar or this pole in the end of that, wedged it underneath the handle of the welding cart, which gave it downward pressure, holding pressure on that center point where the bend was. And then I just heated up that bend, and there we have it. And I clamped this into place. It's fairly straight now. You know, I think it's straight enough. I can get down here. If I shoot across the top of it, you know, that's fairly straight enough for a ramp and, you know, deck. So I'm gonna finish clamping this up, get this clamped up into here, you know, make sure everything's in the right spot, and then you know, this thing has to pitch a little bit, it looks like. Bring this gap, close this gap right here. So I'll clamp here, and I'll do the same thing, clamp here. I can get my measurements of my inserts that I need to put in, because I'll come back about that far with the insert, so I can drill a hole, or just weld it around. Same thing over there. I already have a hole kind of pre-drilled for me, that once the insert's in, I can weld that hole shut and weld the outside edge, clamp it down to this, because the insert in this will be the same size. So I think that's gonna work out quite well. And I haven't determined on my pivot points here, how I got this in set right here. I may put another piece here with another piece of angle iron. I'm definitely gonna put the angle iron on here and over there. But I was just thinking about these pieces here, whether to cut them off or extend them out, because I will have another piece here, which allows this to pivot. You know, there's still enough room there for this to pivot. And we'll see how that goes. And I may still end up trimming a little bit of this edge off, a little bit, give myself just a little bit more wiggle room in there. You know, I don't have it a lot, and there's one certain spot which I haven't, since welding it, putting it together, I haven't greased any of it. You know, I have to still weld the bottom on both sides. I still have to weld the bottom. I got this outside edge welded. I have to do the bottom of it as well. I still have to get in here and then do the bottom. Actually, I got to do both sides. I only have this. That's all that's holding that in place right now. But yeah, I need this to be in that free floating area all the time. So, and then I'm gonna fill it with high temp wheel bearing grease, and I might even have enough room in here to drill some holes, put some Zerk fittings on the bottom. You know, just so I can grease it. drill here, put a Zerk fitting in, maybe just put one in the middle, put a Zerk fitting, high temp wheel bearing grease. And I'm sure, you know, once I add length and weight to it, it's not really going to be an issue. You won't notice it. And then I still have to do the raises on these so I can attach all three pieces together so they move simultaneously. So still working on that, but it's, you know, I'm very, very pleased with how that came out. So, you know, it's not even clamped down, and you see it's just got a little bit of, by the time I clamp everything together, put the inserts in, because this insert here will come up into here and into here. So just like over there, that insert goes into there and into there, and so does that one. And then these two pieces here are the inserts going into there as well as over there. And that end over there has an insert like this side will have. So I'm fairly confident it will be pretty strong when I'm done. Like I said, it ain't gonna be the prettiest, but I'm working with what I got. So see you in a bit. Well, I took my own advice. I went through and I did get that this all mocked up. It's ready to have me measure the pieces to go in. But I went around the entire thing and I got rid of all the pieces of mesh that were still on. Pretty sure I got them all anyways. I mean, I went around there, everybody looked good. I mean, I went down, cleaned off every one of them here, all the way over there. You know, they were sharp edges, they were tripping hazards, so they are now gone. You know, I still have a few little minor things to clean up, some of this paint, some more, you know, grind on some of this paint here. But yeah, next thing I'm gonna do is cut my pieces, my inserts. You know, I'll measure that far in. I'm at about the same distance about on that, and then I'll measure to about 2 to 3 inches inwards, 2 to 3 inches inwards. Mark them, drive it into this piece here, tack weld it, and then drive it into that piece there until I am back to where I am at now. So yeah, you know, I didn't want to cut my clothing, cut my arms, trip on anything, hurt myself. So I got rid of all of the tripping hazards. And, you know, I got it set up almost level. I got it leaning up against one of the seats. So, you know, when I put the legs on this thing, I mean, it's got a little bounce to it right now. But once it's level with the deck of the bus and comes straight out, and it's got legs either here or there, because I'm thinking about taking the legs and bolting one bolt through here and one bolt through here and have the legs over here. And that way they can swing up, swing down, and do that on the opposite side as well. And as long as my brackets are big enough to transverse the two pieces, you know, I'd have to have one bolt come up here in this area and then one bolt down here. So, but I mean, you know, I can always make a bracket. I made the brackets that are on the camper right now some time ago. So it's got a little dip to it right there. I'm realizing this whole gate was bowed. I don't know what they tried loading on this gate It's a lawnmower gate. Something you'd find on a lawnmower trailer. And, you know, of course they extended it and made it super heavy, impossible to freaking lift. So I am going to give her my best, and by the time we're done, we should have a nice deck comes all the way out. Canvas canopy connected there. That can be brought out, hooked to some down. I have these fiberglass poles and I have the brackets, and they're for a boat, but they work really well. And they're out at an angle. It keeps your boat from banging up against docks. So I mount them on here where I can put the fiberglass poles just in a shelf. When we want to put it out the canopy, we just put the poles in, put the canopy to it, you know. So one of my thoughts. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Alright, everybody. If you like today's content, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Whatever you're doing out there, be safe. Have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.